All right, I would like to call the meeting to order. All of council is in attendance. Do we have any additions or adjustments to the agenda?
Acting Mayor, Assistant Members of Council, if I could add 9.1, CAO recruitment.
All right, any others?
I have a couple, actually.
Okay.
Good?
Yep.
Okay. For 9.2, I would like to add landscaping agreements on there. 10.3, under new business, I'd like to add amendment to discussion pertaining to an amendment to the criminal, the bylaw that requires the criminal record checks for candidates. And 10.4, I would like added on there for law firms that are representing the town of Gibbons.
I'll move adoption of the agenda.
If I may as well, I noted that we got an email pertaining from the resident pertaining to the closed session items.
Yep.
Have we decided what we're gonna do with them?
Yeah, the information that at least was in the presentation and some of the questions are related to what was FOIP is now AITA,
Okay.
something that would still stand.
Okay, but we made it very clear that we weren't gonna be asking or answering any questions on that,
Correct,
so.
but some of the questions was information that was received from a FOIP request that is still,
The FOIP request,
information.
all of the information that is received via a FOIP request or ATIA going forward are public documents.
as it stands right now, we're gonna leave it as closed.
No, that's legislation, so I'd just like clarification as to, because those documents are now public based on a FOIP request that was granted, so,
A FOIP request has to stay as confidential information, so it doesn't.
no, it doesn't.
Yes, it does.
No, it does not actually. As a matter of fact, there are municipalities that post their documents that are provided to individuals when a FOIP request.
There's a motion on the floor.
Thank you, but when there's a motion on the floor, there's discussion as well. Counselor Sand also, that's what I'm doing right now. Thank you. So,
We have not, the town of Gibbons has not made any of those documents public, so it still remains as closed session.
okay, but when a FOIP request is made, it's my understanding that the documents that are provided to the individual making the request are then public documents.
As far as I know, no, that it's still closed session information. I would require that we clarify that with the lawyer.
No, why would we clarify with the lawyer? The act clearly
Because
say,
Because it's closed session information, we need to make sure
well,
that we are
well,
not
yes, but
releasing
a
anything
lawyer
that we
wouldn't
shouldn't.
make that determination. The act would.
They would give us a legal interpretation of the act.
Oh,
Correct.
I see. Well, the documents are out anyways. She has care and control of the documents that she received, so she's entitled
But that doesn't
to-
mean the town is still not under some sort of responsibility with those documents. We did not release those documents.
Correct.
A member of the public released those documents, so we are still bound.
maybe, going forward, that should be, employees should become educated because, on the absolute
All right, well,
of these.
we're not gonna get into that, so. All right, we've got a motion to accept as amended. Is that, I don't think you said as amended, so I just wanna make sure.
I'll make it as amended.
Okay. All in favor? Carried. Can I get a motion to adopt the minutes of council meeting of September 10th? Councilor Malante?
I'll put forward the motion to adopt the minutes for previous agenda.
Excuse me, any adjustments, omissions, corrections? All in favor? Carried. Okay, accounts paid as of September 19th. Can I get a motion? Somebody?
Okay, I move that we receive the accounts paid as information.
Okay, we can definitely ask questions, but just a reminder, as we saw in the email from Ms. Pino, that all of the finance team is at a conference this week, so if they can answer, they can answer. If not, we'll have to get the answer afterwards. Councillor Sandal, I think you had one?
Sorry, yeah, first page, number 202251136. We paid Cheyenne Tree Farms $5,600. What was that for?
Acting Mayor, Assistant Members of Council, Councilor Sandell, that was the purchase of trees for the planted property.
Thank you.
Councillor Harris?
If I may, if we have nobody from finance in attendance this evening, and therefore we have questions that can't be answered, perhaps we should table the approval of the accounts payable to the next meeting when we do have a finance person here. I mean, how can we, if we have questions and there's nobody here to answer them?
Well, we were asked to submit questions by Monday if we had them.
Okay, but that's not in the, this is a public meeting, so if I have questions, I'm gonna ask my questions in the public and in a
Correct.
public meeting.
So basically, the point was, if you had questions, submit them ahead of time, and they could have the answers ready for tonight. Councillor Berry, you had some?
I didn't ask this question in advance, and I understand there may not be someone here who can answer it. But when I saw the workman's compensation amount, the question arose, where are we with workman's compensation? I know that Homeland Housing, the group that I am council rep on, they have a very reduced cost for their workman's compensation because there have been no claims for quite some time. So where are we with the town? Have there been claims? Are we paying, what are we paying? Are we paying a large amount, or is it a reduced amount?
Acting Mayor, Assistant Members of Council, Councilor Berry, we will have to ask finance when they return, and we will get that answer out to all of council upon return.
Okay, no problem.
Councillor Harris?
I think that proves my point right now. So perhaps we should table the approval of these accounts payable until we have a finance person who can answer them in a public meeting. And the second thing that, as a side note, somebody clarify what's going on with WCB?
I think acting CAO just said that he'd have to get back.
Okay, but
Fine.
clearly Councillor Berry knows of an issue, I'm assuming.
No, I'm not aware of any issues at all. It was just for my own information. Where does the town sit? Have we had claims? Are they few or are they many? Are we paying a lot? Are we paying very reduced amounts? Just information. And if you're not able to provide it, that's fine. It can wait.
Acting Mayor Shushin, members of council, Councillor Berry. I know over the past few years we have had the occasional WCB claim go through. We're very good with our OH&S on reporting everything, so that could be something that goes to WCB and then just gets sent back because it was fairly minor. So I do believe we've had a few WCB claims go through, but I can't talk about the actual numbers because I don't have that information.
Okay, thank you.
Councillor Harris?
So are these, is the charge for the WCB just a premium of sorts, or what's the charge for?
Acting Mayor Shushin, members of council, Councillor Harris. I know we pay our fees for WCB. I don't know how often they come up on here. Again, we would need finance to answer that. It's not like an extra charge for WCB. I just don't know how often we're paying them. I would have to get finance to look into that, though.
Okay, because it's just reported here as September 2025 installment, and I don't know what, I'm assuming it's earnings. Do we know for $7,300 plus. So it has an indication of what it's for. Installment would make sense if we pay a premium, but I don't understand what the finance person, I guess? Okay.
Yep. Any other questions?
I would like to request a friendly amendment or a withdrawal of the motion right now to table the approval of the accounts payable to the next meeting.
Okay, my apologies. I don't remember who made the motion. Councillor Barry, are you willing to amend it?
Yes, I am, absolutely. So I will move that the accounts payable be brought forward to the next meeting for approval.
All right, any other questions? All right, all in favor? Don't know if I saw everybody, so opposed?
All in favor, right?
I said all in
Yeah,
favor
I-
first, but
I did.
normally if I see everybody, then I don't worry about opposed, but I don't know
Okay.
if I saw everybody.
Okay,
So was there any opposed? One opposed. Okay, carried. 9.1, CAO recruitment.
Acting Mayor, Your Worship, members of council, I'm just wondering, we gave you guys the package for CAO recruitment. Whenever you're ready, we can send that out, just give it back to us, and we will get it on the go, on the move.
Okay, so just to validate, are we looking for a motion to give you the go-ahead, or what are you looking for?
You give us the amended package back that we gave you, if there's any changes or anything, and then you just give us the go-ahead to put it out, and we will put it out for advertisement.
Okay, can I get a motion? So let's request a motion. Can I get a motion to provide administration with feedback no later than a particular date, for them to be able to deliver the package, to distribute the package? Does that sound right?
to make the job posting public?
Yeah,
Right.
to distribute the posting.
Publicize the-
Publicize the job posting.
Okay, so are you asking for council to submit their changes first?
Yep, so
By
by a
what date?
particular date, so that's, but based on the motion that somebody's gonna give me, I hope, for the purpose of administration, posting the job.
How about if
after
we
that
just
date.
start with the motion to give feedback to administration by such a date? Once feedback has been received, then we can present council with the final package and council can make the motion to move forward with the advertisement.
Okay, just so long as we can make sure that if you're making that motion, so long as we do it in time so that, we can receive that by our next meeting.
Well, I am prepared to make that motion, and I would suggest that we give 2 weeks for input into it. Is that,
2 weeks, I think, puts us right
That's too
at our
tight.
next meeting.
Yeah,
I think
that's
we
too
gotta
tight.
do it by like next Wednesday at the latest,
okay, October 1st?
October 1st, is that reasonable? That gives you 7 days
Okay,
to address.
if that's, if we have consensus on that, then October 1st, for sure.
All right, questions? Councillor Harris?
When the CEO O'Malley quit, and we discussed this 6 months ago, it was my understanding that, we were gonna be getting, or we're having a recruitment consultant, a headhunter, go through that process, the hiring process, and that by this time, we were to have it narrowed down to a number of candidates, and then the final decision of hiring was going to be up to the new council. What happened with that? When did we decide? And, I mean, it's now 10 months almost, 9.5 months since he quit.
Well, I do know that we received that package at least 3 months ago, approximately.
Okay, who wrote it though? Like, who was yeah, I know, but that wasn't the original plan. The original plan was we were gonna send it out to a headhunter.
Okay, don't think we've ever said that we weren't going to. It could still go to a headhunter once we've approved what the posting, or what the job, or the posting is.
well, the headhunter would typically, if I'm not mistaken, be the entity that would draft up the job posting, no?
So you wouldn't want us to have some control
Well,
over what the
no,
posting is?
no, I'm asking why, A, it's taken 9, almost 10 months since he quit to do this. B, we had discussed that this was going to go through a headhunting company, and we would have, by this time, the candidates narrowed down so that, but the ultimate decision on the hiring would be made by the new council. So, I would just like to know where this process sort of took a left turn from what we were told.
I do recall that discussion way back when. I
Yeah.
don't recall when. I do remember you telling us more recently, I just don't remember when, about you'd send us the package, and when it was done, then you'd prepare it and put it out to the job postings.
Right.
So I believe that was within a month or two, maybe even more ago. I honestly don't recall off the top of my head. Councillor Berry?
Yes, I do remember the discussion, but there was no motion or council agreement that a headhunter would be used. Obviously, that was a possibility, but I do not believe there was a motion.
Nor was there a motion for administration to go ahead with the preparation of that document either. So if you're going to say that there was no motion for council to direct administration to enter into an agreement with a consulting company, nor, well, we didn't make one that we were going to do it, a motion to decide to allow assistant CAO to draft it. So no motion, I mean,
We get, what are
no,
they called?
well, I mean, that was
requests for
what,
decision all the time that we haven't directed them to make.
okay.
They provide them to us, which is what it sounds like they're gonna do on the next meeting, for us to approve an action for them to take.
Acting mayor, we were told that we were going to go through a headhunting.
Okay,
It-
Councillor Harris, what would you like us to do?
Well, I would just like to know when the decision, I mean, for goodness sake, somebody made the decision otherwise, and I am just
And it was-
simply asking when and who made the decision to go through the process in a different manner.
It was discussed a couple of months ago, give or take, as best I can recall.
who?
And no, all of us here at council.
No, it was not decided that
Did
administration
we
was.
have a motion? No, we didn't. Was it mentioned? Yes, it was.
Sure, it was, no. Initially, it was mentioned that we were gonna go and, require, and get a
Sure.
headhunting company to do
Sure.
it. That is the only thing that was decided. Next thing
There
we
was no
know,
motion on it.
but there was no motion that was to
Councillor Harris,
direct.
we're not accomplishing anything here.
Well, you know what? We are going to task and a brand-new council with hiring a CAO.
Correct.
All right.
They were
And
always
this
going
was
to.
supposed to be done, according to the acting CAO, this was supposed to be done months ago. Why was it not?
Actually, my apologies. I do recall, and I'm sorry, Councillor Ray, I'll give you a second. I do recall, I believe it was about 2 to 3 meetings ago where you walked us through the timeline of when we would get the posting out, when the applications would come in. We would go, or administration would go through the first run, provide council with
All of them.
all of them, but identify the ones that they shortlisted.
Who's
Council
they?
Administration.
All right. We made, okay, you know what? Thank
And then
goodness for
council,
recordings.
and then council
Yeah.
would make the final decision
Oh, I'm
on
not
the
disputing that.
shortlist.
I'm not disputing
But the
that.
timeline was discussed within
I'm
the
not
last 2
disputing that.
months.
I'm asking when it changed from council directing administration to use a
Council never
recruitment
did
company.
Council never did
Okay,
direct
you know what?
administration.
I love recordings. I love recordings. So for the next council meeting,
Cool.
I will,
All right,
beforehand, I will absolutely take a screen capture of that meeting.
All right.
Where it's discussed. Sound good?
thank you.
Because we are
Councillor Barry.
now 6 months late.
Councillor Barry.
I think Councillor Harris has agreed to leave this discussion for the moment. If she wants to bring proof of what she believes was discussed or what was approved, that's fine,
Well, I guess I have to prove myself because, you know,
Absolutely fine.
Well, I just
But
don't understand what it's
further-
gonna accomplish.
Further discussion at this point is counterproductive. We can look back at what was said, yes, but for now, we need to move forward. And I believe we have a motion on the floor that says that council will review the document, get back by October 1st, and then it will be brought to our next meeting for approval, and then the process will move forward.
all I'm asking is who made the decision to change, who was drafting the posting and going through that process. That's it. That's all I'm asking. I don't, because,
We've never had a direction to say who was drafting it.
oh my goodness. I'm so glad there's an election. Recorded vote, please.
All right. All in favor? Opposed? All right, carried. 9.2, landscaping agreements.
Thank you. I don't know if any other council has had the opportunity to go and take a drive by the south end where the trees were planted, but you can pass that down if you like. This was the letter that was sent out to those residents on December 1st, 2023, and it was an agreement that Mayor Dex signed without any discussion, without discussion, period, with council. And I drove down there. Everybody got one? Because I can pass this to, okay. I drove down there and I have a couple of questions. If you go to what page is that? The last page, where it outlines the items that are going to be addressed with this issue. And first of all, I'll direct council and administration's attention to number 3. It says that the trees will be of the coniferous type and that they will be the ones selected to grow as quickly as possible. So I believe that Colorado spruce and white pine are what was planted there. Is that correct?
I don't know off the top of my head.
I don't know what type of trees are planted there, Councilor Harris, because that was my Public Works Department and Cheyenne Farms that did that.
Acting Mayor Sisson, members of council, Councillor Harris, the trees in that area were Colorado spruce and white spruce
Okay.
in particular. I don't know the exact mix, but it'd be one of those two varieties. There's no pine trees planted
pardon
in
me,
that
okay.
area.
All right. But those are as per my research, and please correct me if I'm wrong, those are the slowest growing coniferous trees that are, available. So,
I am not a tree expert. This is all done in correlation with our Parks and Rec Division plus Cheyenne Tree Farms based on their recommendations. Cheyenne Tree Farms were shown the measurements of the area and given all the information, and then the trees were selected amongst those two. I was not part of those conversations on the trees being selected, unfortunately.
okay. All right. I suppose my next question I'll ask is that if the trees were planted 30 feet apart, well, first of all, that wall is we're all gonna be dead by the time those trees are, provide any type of privacy for those residents. But I noticed that they're quite close to the residence fence. So by virtue of what was told of how big the trees will ultimately get, which is why they were planted so far apart, they're only about 5 feet away from the residence fence. So if the tree grows this big and they had to be planted, so far apart to, make room for that growth, what are we gonna do to mitigate any damages in the future for that property's fence? You know what I'm saying?
Acting Mayor Eustace, members of council, Councilor Harris, we relied on Cheyenne Farms to do the trees. I am waiting for an email back from Colin from Cheyenne Farms on the trees. I talked to him the other day, so I will ask him this question too when he gets back to me on the trees.
Okay. Has anybody, any other counselor happened to drive down there? Because I think that these poor residents have gone through quite the ordeal. And frankly, this was this was an agreement that Mayor Deck had made, and, you know, according to Mayor Deck, CAO O'Malley was to buy them all a steak dinner in this letter, if you recall. But, you know, I think that there should be a little bit more follow-up with these residents because they're not getting what they were told that they're getting. Right? I mean, there's 6 trees there. So, I don't know, are the rest of council okay with this? Is this what, you know, everybody's okay with being a solution for these folks?
I'm waiting to hear back from Cheyenne Farms to see what they specifically state. Although I've heard some from CAO Low.
Yeah.
I want to see his response and find out why decisions were made.
Like you've heard more than,
No, what we've just heard.
okay, well, I mean, these folks have been emailing repeatedly about this issue. And so, I mean, here we are, it's finally done. We've received emails pertaining to this since then. And
And they've received 3 responses back saying that we're waiting to hear back from Cheyenne
I mean,
Farms
for goodness
on this
sake.
information. I'm not sure what you're looking for us to do. We're waiting for the information from the company that made the suggestions on what would be planted, how many would be planted, and why they made that decision.
Oh, okay, are you, there must be some correspondence back and forth prior to the purchase and the decision of what trees are gonna be put there. You know, back and forth with the tree company, no? Right, I mean, that,
If there was any?
in order to make the decision of, yeah, go ahead and pay over $5,000 for the 6 trees, somebody had to ask them, and then they had to have some sort of answer, I would assume.
Councillor Barry?
I would suggest we conclude this discussion.
Are you calling the question, Councillor Barry?
And if resident
Hey, ma'am. Thank you.
involved still has questions that are not answered, then I would also suggest that council try to answer it to the best of their ability. I believe there was a conversation about trees being planted close to or in a place where roots would encroach on the resident's property. And at that time, the resident did not have an issue with that. I don't know if there is an issue with ultimately the trees growing to such an extent where the branches would encroach on the fence. I think the easiest solution to that would be that Public Works kind of monitor the growth.
It's not the branches, it's the roots,
over-
Councillor Barry.
Over the years, and if the branches encroach on the fence, then those branches can be pruned away in such a way as they do not. But the bottom line is, this discussion is not accomplishing anything. If the resident needs more clarity, please contact administration. They will do their level best to answer your questions satisfactorily.
I have a suggestion, considering all of council, with the exception of me, are running for re-election. Perhaps you all could go and speak with those residents personally and, you know, ask for their vote.
All right.
Yeah, well, I would suggest that the residents ask their questions to the candidates running in the next election. I'll make a motion to accept his information.
Okay. Questions? All in favor? Carried. 10.1, advanced poll.
Acting Mayor Decision and members of council, the purpose of this report is to respectively request that council give consideration to providing for an advance vote for the upcoming municipal election. Background, October 20th, 2025 has been set as the election date for the next municipal election. According to the Local Authorities Elections Act, communities under 5,000 may, by resolution, provide an advance vote to be held before the election with the dates to be determined by the returning officer. While communities under 5,000 have no obligation under this Local Authorities Election Act to hold an advance poll, by setting an advance poll, residents who will not be in Gibbons on election day would have the opportunity to cast their vote in the municipal election. Options available. The option for consideration by council include the following: that council direct administration to set an advance poll to be held before the upcoming municipal election with the dates to be determined by the returning officer. 2, that council not direct administration to set an advance poll before the municipal election. Recommended for action, administration would like to respectfully request that council consider the following recommendation: that council direct administration to set an advance poll to be held before the upcoming municipal election with the dates to be determined by the returning officer.
Thank you.
I'll move that council direct administration to set an advance poll to be held before the upcoming municipal election with the dates to be determined by the returning officer.
Questions? Councillor Harris?
Are we not able to decide a date right now?
I'm currently working with the poll clerks to see when their availability is to make sure that we have people to cover those dates.
Okay, well, this has been on the agenda since last week. There's been no decision made?
I just contacted the poll clerks yesterday after the close of nominations on Monday, and then waiting the 24-hour period as required by the LAEA.
Okay, but the agenda package was out last week with this in it. So it was known that we were going to be discussing an advance poll date, so
But she didn't necessarily know we were gonna pass it or not.
can we have a particular time frame in which this will be made public?
I'm curious if you've got an idea on when you're hoping to hold them.
I'm hoping to hold them on October the 11th, October the 16th, and October the 18th. But again, I need to confirm that with the poll clerks before doing so, and we are required to advertise before those dates are, before they happen.
Yep.
We have requirements that have to be met.
Okay, so you're looking at 3, we're just looking to pass the motion that allows you to determine those dates. Correct.
Okay, but do we have a time frame in which a decision will be made? Like by next week, we'll notify people, or what?
If she's gonna hold it by the 11th, it has to be
Right,
would
I just wanna
assume-
know when it's gonna be, when the decision is made and when it's gonna be made public, that's all.
Once I hear back from all my poll clerks about their availability, I can't make dates that I don't have confirmation if people are available yet.
Have you given them a time frame to get back to you?
Yes, I have,
Which is,
by the end of the week.
okay, that's all I'm asking.
Cool. Any other questions? All in favor? Carried. 10.2, sponsorship additional physician. Councilor Milante, I believe this one's yours.
Yes, that's for sponsorship of a physician. Now, I think I may have to recuse myself because I am a client of the physician that's put in the proposal. So,
Personally, I don't believe so, because you've got no financial interest in this. But at the same note, you need to make that decision yourself.
yeah, I think when you think about it, when somebody's in charge of your healthcare, some of those pieces, I might do that piece and step out, just to make sure it's a fair decision-making amongst my peers on council.
Okay.
So, I'll step out.
I'll make that motion if you wish. Okay, this is the motion. The council review Dr. Sonia Anyama's proposal for the sponsorship of an additional physician for the town of Gibbons.
Councilor Berry, questions?
Just clarification, the motion says that, that council will review it. There is no expectation of a decision at this time. Is that correct?
I don't know, sorry. Maybe we should change it, that we are willing to agree that he should look for another physician for Gibbons. Do we want to do it that way?
I could be wrong, and by all means, don't let this necessarily sway your motion, but I think he's looking for potentially a support letter from council. I think we did one similarly for Dr. Dutoit way back when. Councilor Berry?
The way I read it, there would be a financial contribution by the town if this proposal was to go ahead. If you look at the, just give me a second here till I find it. The estimated budget for this project is from 50 to 100,000. And if I've read this correctly, that is an amount that they would require from the town in order to have this go ahead.
I don't believe I read it the same way you did. I believe there's a budget of the 50 to 100,000 as he put it, but nowhere in that breakdown did I see a request from the town for these funds.
If you,
And again, I could have missed it.
yeah, if you look at the bottom of the second page, it says the strategic investment will directly address the identified healthcare challenges. So I'm assuming that that strategic investment is coming from us. And then if you look at the bottom of the third page, benefits of sponsorship. A sponsorship is typically providing money, right? So
My apologies, I actually see number 5 here. The sponsorship of an additional physician offers,
you know,
I don't think it's clear enough to honestly.
well, the thing that I'm a little bit confused about is why didn't Dr. Oyama come and present this himself so that we get, you know, from the horse's mouth what exactly he needs from us?
I think I may suggest that he do that. We didn't necessarily do that when Dr. Botha did it for,
Well, all he was asking was a letter.
and I agree
no
that,
dollar figure
I
attached.
agree. Wow, my apologies.
If I can review my motion, it is to review the proposal.
Okay,
So
yeah.
beyond
So
that, we're not
we're not
committing
committing
anything.
to anything.
Well, yeah, I know, but going, like, I mean, then what?
Yeah, I mean,
You know.
am I allowed to request a friendly amendment?
If I could just draw council's attention to page 2, item number 3. Proposed solution, this sponsorship would provide financial assistance. That in itself indicates that this is a financial request.
Yep.
Yeah, I would like to make a recommendation that we request that Dr. Oyama come and present it himself, the request to council, but put it for the new council to decide.
I don't disagree with that at all. But I think in theory, we would need that as a secondary motion. So we vote on the first motion and then maybe make a secondary motion to invite him here to a
No, we just have to
future.
withdraw.
Just a withdrawal of
withdraw?
the motion or a friendly amendment to the motion.
Councilor Sandal?
To table the item until the first or second regular meeting of the new council after the election.
I made this motion on Jay's behalf. Personally, if we came to the motion, I would actually vote against it because I don't believe we should be supporting a local business in town just for that reason. Even if it is to bring a new physician in, I don't think I'm going to commit any
Well, you know,
future money.
we're not discussing that right now.
Please let me finish.
Well, no, I mean, there's no
Please let
discussion
me
right now.
finish what I was going to say. That I would vote against it again because I don't think we're in a position to do that. And I believe that a private business should be able to provide their own financing.
which again, I think is fair, that comes down to though, your motion was to accept it as, basically accept it as information, is the gist I think I got from it. To review
review
it, which I think we've done.
So all of that's being asked of you, Counselor Sandal, is to withdraw that motion and table it for the decision and the review to be made by the new council. You may not even be here. So,
Again, I brought it up, I will not withdraw it. I will vote against it because I don't believe this is we're in a position to actually deal with this. It says review. I personally think we have sat here, we've talked about, reviewed it. My personal thing is, we reject it.
Okay, then,
oh
if
goodness.
he's not changing it, then let's vote. All in favor of the motion?
Okay, are we voting to review it as, okay? Can I have a recorded vote, please?
Okay, so the motion is to review the proposal, correct? That's correct. Okay. And that's it. All in favor? Opposed? All right, defeated.
I would like to make a motion then that we take this and we table it for the next council, or the first or second council meeting after the election. Because it's
To let
still a
them-
request by the doctor, and there is a dollar figure attached. So, I mean, we voted against reviewing it,
I agree.
but he'd still like to discuss it, so.
Can I request an amendment to invite Dr.
Yeah,
Leon?
oh, in addition to inviting Dr. Oyama to present his business case, yes.
Can we do that?
You can, you just need to pick a date which you'd like me to bring it back forward for the new
What's the
council.
second meeting after the,
November the 30th, the first one in November is council.
sure,
due to
let's say it
conference.
to November 30th then.
Okay. All right, are we good with that motion?
Recorded, please.
All in favor? Opposed? Carried. Yep. Okay, 10.3, crim check for candidates.
Thank you. Considering that there was a little bit of confusion surrounding the requirements for the criminal record check for the new for the candidates who have submitted their names to run in this election, I would like to make a motion that we amend that bylaw to remove the RCMP notation in it to reflect the same wording as the MGA, which simply says criminal record check. And that's it. So just take the RCMP out part. And the reason why I'm doing this now is because 4 years is a long way away, and whoever is here 4 years from now may not even remember this, and we're gonna run into this, I'm trying to avoid them from running into this issue again.
I get it. All right. Any questions?
Recorded, please.
All in favor? Opposed?
Thank you.
All right. 10.4, law firms for Gibbons.
Yep, and this is my last one. So, historically, we have had Brownlee being as the town solicitor, noted as the town solicitor. We have been told that Putnam Law is the solicitor that does solely our real estate contracts or dealings, matters.
Since I've been in here, yes, that's the way it's been, Councillor Harris. We've been dealing with Putman for land sales.
Yeah.
And Brownlee for all administrative and personnel issues. And
Okay.
if there's others, I don't know, but they're the ones I've been dealing with them.
Okay, I would just like to know, because for about a year and a half, prior to the departure of Mr. O'Malley, we also retained Kingsgate Legal. And we were told that Kingsgate Legal was dealing with any matter pertaining to me, with the exception of the litigation that's currently happening right now. So when, I just would like to know, when Mr. O'Malley left January of this year, the sanctions on me were still in place, and if there was, if Kingsgate Legal, Michael Solomon, was retained to deal with issues about me, where did he go?
Mr. Members of Council, Councillor Harris, we will have to research that because I know nothing about that. I was not involved in that. So we will have to have a look and see what we can find out and bring it back in the council meeting.
Well, I mean, it was clear that we sought legal advice from Kingsgate Legal, for example, about, the third-party investigation that was conducted about, regarding the harassment and bullying allegations that were made against me. And Kingsgate Legal was the advising law firm on that matter. And so we've used him. He was basically the lawyer for the rest of council and the CAO.
I think we're gonna have to look back, but at least in my opinion, with all of those being gone, because the code of conduct is no more, I don't
Right.
see us using.
Well, I want to know where he went between mid-May and from January to mid-May of this year. We didn't, I mean,
I don't know if we had a need for him. Councillor Barry?
I don't know if my memory is holding up, but if I'm correct, the only reason we had Kingsgate involved was because initially the lawyer that had been consulted was working with Brownlee but moved to Kingsgate. And that was the only reason. So it's not because we were engaging Kingsgate deliberately, it was because of that particular lawyer.
so are you, yes, but Michael Solomon was the lawyer for the town of Gibbons, not for council. So why did he take my file and represent council in the CAO? He was not,
I can't even speak to fact as to what Michael Solomon was
what
responsible for.
information do you know, Councillor Barry? That you sound like you're quite well versed in it.
Actually, no, I'm not.
Oh, well,
That is all I remember from it. Again, to my knowledge, the only firms we have been dealing with for a long time have been Brownlee and Putnam and Lawson. And that was what I suggested before was the only reason that Kingsgate was involved at all.
is that what you were told? I'm through discussion or?
That is what I understood from discussion that took place at council meetings. As far as any further detail, I can't help you. So it would have to be looked into further in order to tell you more.
To my knowledge, we haven't reached out to Michael Solomon for better part of a
I'm just
year.
asking where he went. I mean, it just seems a little bit coincidental that Farrell O'Malley quits and he's gone. So,
I don't know what you're implying, but there's nothing. that I'm
well,
aware of.
he was not representing the town of Gibbons at the time that he was with Kingsgate Legal. He was representing council and the CAO about me,
Okay,
all right? He was not a lawyer for the town of Gibbons.
okay,
He was a lawyer for the town of Gibbons when he was a partner with Brownlee.
correct.
So, I would just like to know where he went, and yeah, it's coincidental.
I have no idea.
Do we have access, have we got access to Mr. O'Malley's emails?
I think we may have at one time. I don't know if we still do.
I'd have to track that down. I have no idea. I can tell you that Michael Solomon is still on Kingsgate. That's all I know.
Oh, I know that. I just would like to know the correspondence that Mr. O'Malley and Kingsgate and perhaps the mayor, I mean, he's gone now, right? And the fact is that the sanctions were still in place up until mid-May when Bill 50 came in. So, and like I said, he was not representing the town of Gibbons. The town of Gibbons residents were paying for Michael Solomon to represent council and the CAO, not the town of Gibbons.
I don't know, I'd have to see if there's some sort of agreement somewhere. I
don't know.
I'd have to go searching or try to get in contact with, Mr. Solomon and see if he has something. I'm not aware.
We need a motion for her to do so, but
Well, I mean, we paid $10,000 plus to our IT people. They don't have, the mayor, former Mayor Dex and CAO O'Malley's, backup, on their server, backup
sure they
emails.
do. I'm sure they do.
Are you sure, or do they?
I could tell you, although I haven't looked at it for months, on my email program, I have the former mayor's email address. I just haven't opened it, so I'm assuming I still have access to it. I
Oh,
don't know for fact, because I haven't, like I say, I haven't tried opening it for 6 months, 5 months. Councilor Berry?
My understanding is we don't have a motion on the floor right now.
Correct.
So I'd like to make one. I move that council direct administration to look into Councillor Harris's questions regarding law firms as they relate to the town of Gibbons.
while we're doing that, could we add that we, seek out the terms of the retainer of Michael Solomon and Kingsgate Legal? I mean, if we have access to Mayor Deck's email, and I would assume Farrell O'Malley's email, then it should be readily available. But thank you, that's very nice of you.
Are you willing to make that amendment?
No, I think,
Okay.
I think my motion
Sure.
encompasses everything that it needs to.
Okay. Any other questions?
Recorded, please.
All in favor? Carried. 11.1, off-highway vehicles bylaw.
Acting Mayor, Assistant Members of Council, so we have started to work on a bylaw for off-highway vehicles. We are setting up a meeting with our bylaw officers and Tim Panasiak from Gibbons Motor Toys. So hopefully, by the time new council rolls in, we will have some sort of a bylaw in place that they can look at and see what they think. Tim contacted us, and we figured we should invite him in because he is the guy who drives all the motor things around town, and he has some background knowledge when he goes to the States and all of this. So we're bringing it forward with bylaw. We should be able to come up with something, hopefully, that will appease, I'm gonna say 85%, because we'll never appease everybody. So we'll try our best to do what we can do. And we'll just keep council informed as we have meetings.
Thank you. Councilman Malonte?
All I ask is administration, when they're exploring this bylaw, that the fines are appropriate for what's needed. And the other piece is, and I know a lot of other municipalities are having this issue, it's not just regular dirt bikes, it's e-dirt bikes as well, because they have a different mechanism. It's just to explore as part of your research. And then the final one, it's always one that's, I know has been a pain for a lot of traffic law enforcement, is small vehicles. They don't apply to the TSA because they do not fit the specifications of what is qualified as a motor vehicle depending on the size, depending on what it looks like. A good example for the audience here is, remember those pocket bikes that they sell at Klondike Days? That would be considered a small vehicle where it doesn't apply. So we have to make sure that the bylaw is a bit more encompassing. That way it covers kind of a wider scale. Thank you.
Acting Mayor, Assistant Members of Council, Councilor Belmonte, we are looking at that, plus we're looking at golf carts, plus we're looking at the motorized wheelchairs. So we gotta look at everything and make sure we encompass everything in this so that we're doing the right thing. So we'll do the best we can to, I'm sure our bylaw is well versed, and I'll pick their brains quite well.
Thank you.
Councilor Berry?
I'd like to move we accept this as information.
Thank you. Question?
Yeah. We're not suggesting that we put wheelchairs, e-bikes, foldable bikes in an off, right? We're in this bylaw, are we?
Councilor Harris, no, but we're going to look at everything because we do have at night some of the wheelchairs going down Main Street with no lights and stuff. So for the safety of the person on it, we've gotta look at everything. Because I don't like to go in the middle of the night and pick them up off the road, I'm sorry, but
Well,
it's
I don't know
what
how-
we're looking at for safety of them is what I'm looking at.
Councilman Montee?
I do dabble in it, and from my understanding, there are exemptions for those that use specific devices for mobility aids. Again, it's good to have an all-encompassing research on it. I would definitely explore how other municipalities having the same issues that we're having, kind of look at that as a review. It might actually boost things a lot faster.
And just to clarify, you're saying you're researching all of this, not necessarily that it's all gonna be included in the bylaw.
That's right.
Okay.
Yeah, we're just gonna look at everything and, see where everything is and what other communities do. We got a few now that we got from different towns and villages, so we're looking at them too.
All right, thank you. Any other questions? All right, all in favor? Carried. All right, administration reports.
Acting Mayor Yushchishan, members of council. Our seniors almost Christmas dinner tickets are coming on sale soon. We have a major change this year where we're doing pre-sale tickets for Gibbons residents only from October 1st to 3rd in person. And then general public tickets will be available online and in person starting October 6th at 9 a.m. Upcoming events, we've got 2 more Truth and Reconciliation events happening, story time and a TP teaching. And we have a hazardous waste roundup coming up as well. Thank you.
Councilor Monte?
Curious, I think I know the answer, but I want to ask this from administration. The reason for selling from October 1st to 2nd to only residents, which is a new change, I would understand. Is there a reason behind that?
Acting Mayor Yushchishan, members, Councillor Malante, yes, we do feedback forms every year after the Christmas dinner, leave them on the tables. That was a large piece of feedback we got from last year that they would like residents to get first dibs on tickets, and we agreed and wanted to try that out.
All right,
Curtis?
Acting Mayor Yushchishan, members of council, public works, water meter changeouts as appointments are made and time permits. The branch and grass recycle is still open, I believe till mid-October. Again, the hours Monday to Friday, 7 to 3:30, Saturday 9 to 1. The mowing and grass maintenance as needed. Concrete and asphalt work is ongoing. Concrete is complete and the asphalt should be done towards the end of this week. RV dump, the dump is still open with no water available. Thank you.
For planning and development, to date, total permit total is 9.27 million. 2 town-owned lots have been sold, and a development application has been received to build there. Ongoing meetings with landowners and developers regarding future projects. Under the fire department, county calls are 162. It's up from the little bit we had on there. Town calls are 140. We have 26 members now, 6 new recruits are included in that, and they seem to be doing well. They have another couple weeks before we know the final decision on them. For me, meetings, pre-construction meeting at Heartland Drive, that is just for the overlay of the second overlay of the paving there. And then 2026 budget meetings with staff. I'm still working on having the budget ready for approval for council for the 1st of December. So the new council will be busy going line by line through the budget quite heavily. So they're ensure they know the whole budget and nothing but the budget. And then meetings with Landrex on future development that they're doing. Project updates. You can see the concrete and asphalt work around town is being done. Park furnishings, do you know about the rest of the park furnishings, Stephanie?
So far at Memorial Park right now, the park furnishings are ready and to be installed. We're just waiting for the installation of the washroom facility as well as the shelter because they all go hand in hand, so the install will happen at once. Right now for the washroom facility, we're just finishing up our electrical and plumbing work. Once the facility actually arrives, it's like pre-built, so it just pops in, ties in, and it's essentially ready, so that's fast. once we can tie it all in there. So that's where we're at with those.
Do you have an estimated date on that?
I'm still waiting on a date for the arrival of the washroom yeah, I don't have a date yet.
All right, can I get a motion? Oh, Councilor Malante, you got a question?
Yes, I've been speaking with some residents, and I know we talked about this before, and this is going to Public Works. I put in a motion for the status on the inventory of the state of sidewalks and roadways. Is there anything you can tell us moving forward as to where we are? I know that you've been working on it, but even just some updates would be great. Thank you.
Acting Mayor Session, members of council, Councilor Malante, yes, we are still underway doing a final walkthrough to get our proposed areas for the following subsequent years right now. So once all those areas get walked through and completed, then information will be made more available. Thanks.
I could be wrong, but I think it would be pretty important for that along with the budgeted information. So, Councilor Harris?
In May, May 10th meeting of 2023, CAO O'Malley brought forward five policies that were voted upon. And one was GA 79-23 was a budget preparation policy. And I know for a fact that that policy completely eliminates the any preliminary input about the budget during the preparation time. And I appreciate CAO Lowe that, going forward, that we're going to do line by line. But I would suggest perhaps that at the next meeting, we bring that policy forward and have that reviewed to reflect what you would like to do going forward, because that policy was really took any type of input from council out.
So we don't have an information motion yet, so. could
No, I'm making,
that a- make that a motion.
yeah, sure, I can make the motion.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Okay.
saying, so let's make that.
Okay,
motion.
I'm gonna make a motion that council direct administration to bring forward policy GA. Actually, I don't know, well, I'll look at these other ones, but particularly GA 79-23, the budget preparation policy to the next council meeting, and perhaps with a draft of how you would like to see the procedure going forward. And I don't, is that, you got that?
I think that makes sense. All right. Questions? All in favor? Carried. Now can I get an information motion? Councilor Barry? Sure.
I'd like to move that we accept the administration reports as information.
Thank you. All in favor? Carried. Councilor Sandal, why don't we start with you?
Okay, September 11th, I went to the Industrial Heartland Conference. September 16th and 19th, Water Commission, or I guess you call it the American Water Works Commission. And on September 22nd, another meeting with the local Water Commission.
September 10th, the Alberta Industrial Heartland Reception. On the 11th was the Alberta Heartland Conference, and the 16th, the Municipal Planning Commission, and the Municipal Planning Commission just before the meeting today.
What was the topic of discussion today? What'd you guys decide on? And we can ask, this committee report.
Sorry,
Councillor Barry, I'm just asking what
solar
happened.
panels on a house,
So which one?
on a
Solar
house.
that
Solar
was,
panels on a house.
okay. All right, thanks.
Anything to report, Councilor Hurst?
No, I have nothing to report, sorry.
Councilor Malante?
September 10 attended the Alberta Industrial Heartland Association reception, and then on the 11th followed up with the Alberta Industrial Heartland conference. From there, September 16th, dealt with their Municipal Planning Commission, and then on the 18th, the Sturgeon River Watershed Association, or Alliance, my apologies. And then on the 24th, obviously today, the Municipal Planning Commission. And when it comes to solar panels on houses, we have to review every permit currently. And that's why we had that. Thank you.
All right, Councillor Berry.
Not much this time. Last night I attended the Gibbons Library Board meeting, and there will be questions coming forward for finance because they've started working on their budget.
All right. And for myself, September 10th, I also attended the Industrial Heartland Convention reception, and on the 11th, the convention itself. On September 12th, I attended a very well turned out barbecue lunch at Gibbons School. It was great to see all the parents and various town representatives there. Kids loved the fire truck. And then the Municipal Planning Committee meeting this, right before this meeting. Can I get a motion? Councilor Malante.
Put forward the motion as information presented.
All right, all in favor? All right, can I get a motion to go into close?
I'd like to
You want
request a
break?
recess, yes,
All right,
please.
let's do 5 minutes.
Thank you.
Can we hold it to 5?
Can I hold it for 5?
Can we hold it to 5?
Oh, sure.
Okay. Okay, can I get a motion to move into closed session?
I'll move, we go into closed session.
All right, all in favor? Carried. can I get a motion for information on,
You have no information to accept on 16.1 and 16.2 as the resident declined to speak.
okay,
So there is no motion to come forward on those items, it's just six.
do we need a
six-
motion to cancel them?
I've just noted it in the minutes that the resident declined to
Okay.
speak and left it there.
The council still
Okay.
discussed it,
Fair?
right?
Yeah, true.
Okay, so 16.1 and 16,
I'll move 16.1 for information.
all in favor? 16.2,
I'll move 16.2 as information.
all in favor? And 16.3,
I'll move 16.3 as information.
all in favor?